Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. This is Varsha here, and today I have this Get Ready With Me, which was a look that I wore a few days back for a date night. But this look is really good for even like a night out party because it has that good glowy eyes and a glowy skin. So if you do like this look, please do like, comment, subscribe and share to my videos. And if you want to know how I got this look, you know what to do. Stay tuned. So the first thing that I did was to prime my face, and for that I used the Benefit Professional, which has been my holy grail primer for some time now. And I mainly applied it to my T-zone, and I actually pressed it right into my skin so that it covers all the pores, and I smoothed it in. This is the place where I get most greasy, so I mainly apply it to my T-zone. Up next, for color correcting, I used the NYX Concealer Corrector palette and the LA Girl Concealer. At first, I applied the LA Girl Concealer on all the acne marks, which is mainly on my cheek areas and also right around my mouth. And around my mouth, I mainly have hyperpigmentation, so to cover that, I applied this orange concealer. And I kind of spread it with the brush applicator which we get along with it. And I took the NYX Concealer shade and I took the peach shade from it and I applied it right under my eyes, so that it helps in brightening that area and also neutralizing the dark circles. And for a bit more coverage, I applied the orange concealer from the same NYX palette and I applied it all around the places where I wanted extra coverage. Next, taking the Sephora 10 Wear Perfect Foundation. This is the first time actually me using this foundation, and so I wanted to try it out, test it out, because I've never used the Sephora brand foundation and I was pretty impressed with it. The coverage is from medium to high coverage, so which is really good for acne prone skin. And I applied it using a flat top kabuki brush and I buffed it right into my skin. And I was pretty impressed with it. I really don't know if it actually stays in for 10 hours or so, but from what I saw, it did not budge a lot, and so I really loved it. Next, for concealing and highlighting, I used the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Medium, I believe it is, and obviously I applied it on all the places that I wanted to highlight, which is right under my eyes on a weird triangle shape like a wing, and on the bridge of my nose, on my forehead, and on my cupid's bow, right next to my mouth, and on my chin. And I actually blended it using a beauty blender. The beauty blender I used was damp, so that it absorbs the extra product and gives me a good finish on my skin. And to set all this in place, I used the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour palette, which is a palette that I've been using for a long time now, and took this banana shade and I applied it to the places where I concealed and highlighted. Since this powder is a yellow tone face, it also helps in brightening the skin. Next, for contouring, I used the Colourpop Sculpting stick. Now this was the first time for me using this, and it was at first quite hard to blend the contouring places, and so I had to wet my brush with Fix Plus or primer water, and then I kind of blended it, and it really did not give the intensity that I wanted it to, and so I had to go on top of it with the contouring shade from the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I used the shade Sombre, I believe it is, from the palette, and I applied it again on to the same places where I had contoured, which is mainly on the hollows of my cheek and on my forehead, and also right on the sides of my nose. There were some harsh lines which I blended using my beauty blender. For my eyebrows next, I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer in the shade Ebony, and I filled in the sparse areas of my eyebrows. As you know, my eyebrows are really thick, so I did not want it to look like really extreme thick brows, so I just filled in the sparse areas. And since I've been using the brow definer, I have never ever gone back to using the dip brow, because this is simply amazing. The pigmentation in it is really good, and it is really easy to handle also, as you can see the difference between the two brows. Next, taking the Maybelline Brow Drama in the shade Soft Brown, I applied it on my eyebrows so that I could set it and so that it doesn't go all the place wild. For my eye primer today, I wanted to try something different, and so I used the NYX Full Coverage Concealer in the medium shade, which is a really nice primer. Trust me on this. And I applied it on my eyelids. I don't really know why it looks yellow on camera. It's actually more of a peachy tone shade, and I applied it all over my eyes, and it held my eyeshadow whole look for a really long time and very well. To set that in place, I again used the banana shade powder from the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. For my eyes today, I mainly used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Self-Made palette, and I was really impressed with it because this is the first time me using it. And I first took the shade Sherbet and I applied it on the crease as a really nice transition color. And I used a fluffy blending brush to apply it. Taking the shade Treasure, I applied it right on my brow bone as a good highlight. Taking the shade Pink Champagne, as you can see, it is a really nice champagne color. At first I applied it dry, and I was not really impressed with the pigmentation of it, and so I had to go ahead and wet it with a Fix Plus so that it gave me the perfect pigmentation that I wanted. And I applied it all over my eyelids, and I blended it using a fluffy brush so that there is not like a cut crease look. Now, taking the shade Hot Chocolate from the same palette, I applied it mainly to the outer corner of my eyes and blended it in to the crease so that it gave me a much more dimension look. Like I said, I wasn't really going for a cut crease look, and so for giving me that amount of dimension and shadowy look, I went in with this Hot Chocolate. For my liner today, I used the L'Oreal Voluminous Superstar Liquid Eyeliner, and I did a really subtle winged look. It was not something really thick or something very bang on your eyes, and so I went for a very subtle thin winged baby wing look. Taking the L'Oreal Silk Kiss Me eyeliner, I know it is upside down when I showed the product, but yeah, I took the L'Oreal Silk Kiss Me eyeliner and I applied it on the top of my waterline. And please make sure that you don't poke yourself. I totally did that, but yeah, that's what I did. And for my mascara today, I used the L'Oreal Voluminous Superstar Mascara. This is the one with the primer on one end and the mascara on the other. And so first I applied the primer, and then I applied the mascara. I was not really impressed with this. It was like kind of your ordinary box standard mascara. For my lower waterline, I used the Rimmel Scandalizer eyeliner in the nude shade, and I applied to the lower waterline so that it gave me a much more open, wide-eyed look. Taking hot chocolate from the same palette. I mainly applied it right under my eyes so that it did not really look flat and gave it much more of a smoked look, a subtle smoked look to my eyes. Again, taking the L'Oreal Voluminous Superstar Mascara, I applied it to my lower lashes. For my cheeks today, next I used the Sephora Blush 101 Face Palette, and I took this pinky shade and applied to the apples of my cheeks. Taking a mixture of the Kat Von D Shade and Light highlighter and the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the opal shade, I applied it all over the places where I wanted to highlight, which was mainly the tops of my cheek, the bridge of my nose, and on top of my eyebrows and the cupid's bow. And I really wanted to have that shebang glow on my face, and so I went all out with this. The highlighter is a bit too intense for this, so you can go on with a much more subtle highlighter if you need. And for my lips today, I used the Colourpop Ultra Satin Lipstick in the shade Frick and Frag, I believe it is. And it is a really nice nude pinky shade which went perfect for my skin combination, you could say. And I really love the way this stayed on all day night. Oh my god, it stayed on all night long. These lipsticks are really hydrating, and I love the way Colourpop designs their lipsticks or formulates their lipsticks. And so yeah, these are one of my most favorite liquid lipsticks. Up next, I had to sort my hair out. I had already curled my hair before, and I just had to sort it in the way I wanted it to look, and that's what it was. So this is the final look, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you do recreate it, please do share it with me on all the social media links. I shall leave them all in the description below, and also I shall leave the product details, so please do go check them out. If you did like this, please give this a great big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more. Also leave me comments below on what other looks you would like for me to do. And yeah, this is it. I really enjoyed doing this get ready with me. I was in a bit of a hurry, and so I totally forgot to insert a clip of me in my dress, which I absolutely loved. But yeah, for next time I shall promise you I do that. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this whole look. This is a really subtle look, but a very intensely glowing look. So thank you for watching, guys. See you next time.